Hello. How's everyone doing? So the other day, I looked over some more of my code again, and just realized that like one character was off. Jojo, how you doing? Welcome. So like, remember all that stuff I wrote on Saturday? Saturday? Yeah, don't need any of it. Sure. Sure. Go ahead. Do I have that open? Okay, I got that open. I'm still getting organized too, so. Phoenix Firewings, how you doing? Wings over here in case it's not safe for work. I don't. That's the button. He's always having a hard time. He's always having a hard time. Oh yeah, it's the entire show is him just having a bad day. That's it's such a great show too. It's such a great show. All right. So one of the things I wanted to do the other day, but I didn't get around to. I should have started it up, shouldn't I have? Do I have I'm tempted to do it live actually. Maybe a little bit. So I think I am going to start opening up this source code to non-subs because no one's really taken me up on the offer yet. So I want to get it like to a state where someone can like clone the repo and hit like make and have it build everything. Try making an OS. It's crossed my mind before. But that's like an order of magnitude or two, or three more complex than the work I've done so far. I mean, I'm not ruling it out eventually, but I'm nowhere near where I need to be for that. I like how I wanted to harm him when he was on Earth, but when he gets one, he's like, "Take me back, please." Yeah, right. Wait, I changed my mind. Yeah. Yeah. Be careful what you wish for; it might come true. You know what? I think I'm gonna turn the thing on. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna hit the button over here. Hang on. So I recently acquired another computer. They were recycling some machines from work. So I was able to grab one. And it came with Windows 10 on it, and I promptly installed Linux on it. Like the first thing I did almost. But I think I might start using that as like a test bed for things I'm doing. Even just making a file system, the commands to traverse it and something to edit them is a large task. Yeah, it's very, very daunting. But a good programming exercise, however, is re-implementing standard command line utilities like ls and dir, or ls and like make dir and cat and all those. After the bootloader, the assembly is only 50% of the code. The rest is C. Yeah, but I don't know C. I mean, I can read it. I can't necessarily write it. So, but that's still like, I mean, even if it's a higher level language like that, you still have to understand the inner workings of an operating system. And I don't feel I use code and cheat. Yeah, I don't think I have that fine-grained of a understanding of a lot of the inner workings of an operating system yet. I mean, I have an overall understanding of how some things may or may not work together, but I don't think I could write software to act that way right now, if that makes any sense. Alright, so I figured out why the collision detection was wrong, right? So this character right here, right? The sprite, let me make this a little bigger here. Bam. So this guy, he's 2 meta tiles wide, right? He's 2 separate sprites. Well, he's actually like 6, but he's two sprites wide, right? See, is like 64-bit. No, it is not actually. It is not. It's not at all. It's very, very different. Because assembly is very, very close to the hardware. Each processor has a different assembly. Well, yeah, an assembly language. It has a different assembly language. C, on the other hand, I can write C that will run on the NES, and that I can also compile to run on my 64-bit i7. You can't do that with assembly without emulators, right? That's not what I want. I wanted not that screen either. This screen. There we go. Yeah. So I was only checking half of this guy for collision. I was only checking this side of him for collision. His right hand side. Yeah, assembly doesn't have structures. It just has. No, it doesn't even have text and strings. All it has is numbers. That's all it is. It's numbers all the way down. Assembly doesn't have types. It doesn't. It just has, well, one type, a number. It just depends on how long you want that number. And how many addresses that number spans. But you determine that. You determine all that. You determine how you want to interpret that. In C, you get like an array of characters. So that's a string, right? A C string, right? You can't really cast a C string to a string of numbers very easily. I mean, you can, but it takes some finagling. In assembly, it doesn't know what a string is, right? It only sees the bytes. But you know, I like how characters can go in that. Well, they aren't necessarily numbers; they're runes. They're runes, which means they're runes because they could be Unicode characters. I have 3. I have 3 monitors, but yeah. So I have the collision detection working now, so it'll actually collide on the other side of the guy, right? There we go. See, like on his left foot there. I mean, the runes can be, okay, yeah, easily. Yeah, they can, but they can be variable size. They're not fixed to a byte or so. Yeah, but yeah, I have 3 monitors, and one of them is actually the one over here that's got my chat on it is vertical. Yeah, once you go vertical, you don't go back. Video size back down to 2. Oh right, so I need pitfalls to work. Bridgewater, how you doing? Hello. Oops. So yeah, I need pitfalls to actually work. Because they don't yet. I mean, you can just like, whoop, if I can jump over things, that'd be nice. But you can just like glide right over them, and I don't like that. Yeah, and in fact, I think I'm going to modify my placeholder graphics for a little bit, so I can see exactly where tiles end. Over here, see, so there's a 2-pixel gap there. I don't want that gap anymore. Let's do that, and that. Save. This is even bigger now. Same thing with this guy. Actually, this guy I'm gonna beef up a bunch. Let's all talk numbers. Ah! Right, how you doing? Welcome. Mike in Principle. Thank you for that raid. How you doing? What were you working on today? I'm working on NES stuff. Does that look decent? I mean, not really, but let's take off 2 more on either side of it, like that. There we go. Dual screen guy. Yeah, I was until I got more screen. It took me a while to get here. 80s were better. Better games, better cars, better cartoons, and better music. Better. Fact. Welcome. Welcome. What were you working on? Were you playing a game? Writing some code? Yeah. So I'm writing an assembly a NES game entirely in 6502 assembly. Level design. Okay. Nice. I don't have my console window open. How did I forget that? There we go. That's okay. Good. My space still works. Make. There it goes. Reload that. Okay. So this is a game I'm working on. It's a infinite runner game. Therefore the 80s was. Hey now. Oh, the 80s don't have Good Home. Is that a show? I'm not sure if I like those graphics. So yeah, so it's an infinite runner game. The further you go, the more points you get. It's all procedurally generated. So you see the level seed at the bottom there. I haven't hard-coded to that level seed right now, but it'll actually save it and generate a new seed each time you start the game, and generate a map based on that seed. Well, what GPUs do you have? I have a 1050 myself. I have a 1070. 1070 is what I got. I somewhat recently upgraded to that. But yeah, so the other day I was working on a lot of Lua code to try and like help debug some things, because some things weren't really working. Turns out there were 2 things that were wrong the other day. One of them was a value should have been a 1 instead of a 2. And that was for collision detection. And the other one, which is making the screen draw incorrectly, is I wasn't initializing a certain variable. So that, so when I got a game over and then started a new game, the screen was all screwed up. I like some principles. See what I did there? I do. But did you decide? But why did I decide to do something like this? So I didn't actually start to do this just to like make games. That's just like a side effect, really. I started to do this to learn the assembly for the NES. This stuff here. This is my debugger, so I can like step through things. So if I let's see, where's the frame? NMI JSR somewhere. Where is it? Do blank. There it is. Bam. Okay. So I can like step through things and whatnot. So the main reason I wanted to learn this was so I could reverse engineer other NES games. Can you update this guy's my place is bugging me. I had that there for debugging because it wasn't drawing one of the tiles correctly, and I needed to differentiate between sky tile and a blank tile. So that's why that's there. I can change it today though. So yeah, so I wanted to like reverse engineer other games. One of them that I'm working through is Mr. Bankster. How you doing? Welcome. Is Barbie, actually the Barbie for the NES, and I want to be able to reverse engineer NES games so I can figure out ways to break them and be able to use those bugs in tool assisted speedruns, essentially. So it's a bit of a rabbit hole I went down. So it started all off stream, right? It started all off stream. With me learning how to do TASes. Yeah. I don't watch them religiously or anything like that, but I really enjoy speedruns that just break things, like clipping through walls and wrong warps and all that kind of stuff. I love it. Meshu, how you doing? So I started to learn how to write tool assisted speedruns. Oh, speedrunners play my game. Oh, okay, nice. But I don't know any. Oh, that's a difficult one. Here, play my game. What? Who are you? For the infamous E.T. Atari game. No, that was for the Atari. The E.T. game, the one that they buried in the desert. That was for the Atari. I can spell Atari right. Goodness gracious. Oh, this game. These are Atari graphics. So I started to teach myself how to write tool assisted speedruns, and I just started doing those with the Runner, this game. So advanced. So while I was doing some of them, they're in Barbie in that terrible game. Like a lot of the jumps, like in order to make them, that are almost frame perfect, there's like 3 or 4 frames of leniency in some of the jumps, which is retarded. Excuse me, which is really dumb. I shouldn't use that word. So I'm going through, and this is one obstacle. It's like a water sprout thing, right? And you're not supposed to be able to walk through it. It's supposed to damage you, and your health goes down or whatever. Your dreamsies or whatever BS they call it. They're infamous for it. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, Nintendo are jerks about that kind of thing, but Barbie isn't a Nintendo game. It's somebody. It's habit that I use that, and I'm trying not to. I've only used it like twice on stream, and I've corrected myself both times. But what am I going with? Yeah, so the Barbie was like a company in New Jersey that I don't even think is around anymore. But anyway, so there's these like water sprout things, right? And I didn't want to wait for one of them. I just said, screw it. I'm tired of waiting. I'll take the damage boost, and I walk through it, and I don't take any damage. Wait a minute. I didn't take any damage. So I start like the walk a frame earlier, and I take damage. Start the walk a frame later, and I take damage. But if I start the walk at like a specific frame, I don't take damage. I'm like, wow. I wonder how broken this game really is. E.T. kill me the game. So yeah, in order to figure out like how broken a game is, I need to understand how it works. In order to understand how it works, I need to be able to read the code, which in this case is assembly, because it doesn't disassemble anything. It was written in assembly. So I started writing it off, going through some tutorials off stream. It's what are they? Over here somewhere. Yeah, so that second link there, I started going through these off stream, and there are a lot of like, here's what the NES is, here's how it works, and here's how you draw sprites, and here's how you draw backgrounds, and this, that, and the other thing. Here's how you move a sprite around, and some of the tutorials I changed up a little bit, like move a sprite left and right. Cool, I can do that. Let's move it up and down. I don't know. Before I go on to the next tutorial, let's go up and down. So I tried to code that in, and it broke spectacularly. The NES doesn't like give you a seg fault. It doesn't crash. It just it behaves in really interesting ways. Yeah, exactly. Why not? I was on Craigslist not too long ago, and I wanted to buy it so badly. I found a Barbie CRT television that I was really tempted to buy just to play Barbie on stream. I didn't though. It was like $20 or $30, but I was so tempted. Let's see if I can. Whoop, that needs to be over there. Let me see if I can find that video real quick. Not of that. Not of that. Of what, for not buying the TV? Let's see. fall to your desires, right? I wonder if I can still find one of them on Craigslist or something like that. Because I still do need a CRT that isn't 4,000 pounds. Because I had one. I had this massive CRT TV, but it was a pain in the butt to move anywhere. In fact, I even left it at my last apartment when we moved because I didn't want to haul the thing up the basement stairs. Brackies? I don't think I've heard of that guy. The Unity tutorial guy. Oh, I haven't seen any Unity tutorials, so I wouldn't know him. Hang on, I'm going through my videos here, and some of them aren't listed, so I don't want to. A lot of them aren't listed, so I don't want to like show those on stream, you know. Okay, I think this is it. Okay, YouTube Studio. Why you gotta be a jerk? Is this the one? Which one is this? Okay, yeah. So this is one of one of them going really well, right? There's no sound to this. So this is moving a sprite around, and immediately before I even do anything, it breaks. So I press some buttons, and it just breaks more. And at this point, I am rolling on the floor. My sides are hurting at this point because I'm laughing so hard. This is one of the earlier NES ROMs I did for the tutorial. No. This is week 5 of the Nerdy Nights tutorial, which was let's see, multiple sprites, reading controllers, more instructions. So like meta sprites, for instance, like what the character is in this. So that guy. So what games are gonna start with? I don't know yet. I have a few ideas, but I don't know yet. So yeah, multiple sprites. Okay, and this tutorial is just like moving it back and forth, like on the XY or on the horizontal. And I'm like, well, okay, let's do a little bit more than that. So I tried that and it just broke like horribly. And then let's see, there was also this one. Come on, over here. Same idea. What? Wait, this is the same. Hang on, this is the one I just opened. You know, why does it gotta do that to me? Is it this one? No. This one. Okay, this one. So this one, like, it doesn't break immediately, right? Right. So it looks good. Looks good. Left and right work, but up and down don't. Turns out I was right into the wrong byte. Again, I was laughing pretty hard at this point, and after one of these, I forget which one. It's like, all right, okay, I need to stop what I'm doing and do the rest of this on stream, because I can't just like keep this to myself, because this is hilarious and I love it. So. It didn't break. It's a particle effect with random food things. Yeah, right. But yeah, that's so that's how I got here. And this is not my first game on the NES either. My first game on the NES is actually Pong. That code is over on GitHub, as well as an assembled ROM, so you don't have to assemble it yourself if you don't want to. I'm not sure which one of those it is, so I'm gonna open up from over here. Oops. Let's see, Pong bin. Do I have? Okay, this one does actually have sound. I don't feel like stopping my my music though. So yeah, I wrote this one entirely on stream. The VODs for this one are gone, unfortunately. I didn't start archiving until my current project. Alright, I'm gonna chill for a bit now. But I'll come by every now. All right. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Thank you again for the raid. Really appreciate it. You have a good night. But yeah, so I finished this one on stream. I wrote it almost entirely on stream. The very beginnings of it were like the last tutorial there in the Nerdy Night stuff. So I just took that and expanded it into like a finished game. Yeah, so I wrote this one, and then while I was thinking of my next project and going over ideas, someone in chat suggested my current project, which was a better idea than what I was thinking of. So I started on that. Yeah. And yeah, fun times. And I've been working on my current project for about 2 months, a little bit more than 2 months, I think. Particle fix the Pong. Nice upgrade, right? Oops, I have that breakpoint there. I don't want the breakpoint. Alright. Yeah. Is it a bad sign if your boss all of a sudden sends you an email after a one-on-one meeting detailing the conversation? I mean, does he normally? Because that might not be a good sign. I don't know. Might depend on the context of that. Was it like a technical conversation? With, like, technical details? Like, for notes? Or was it more of a, I don't want to say political, but, non-technical discussion? The one-on-one. More non-technical. Uh-oh. Why am I using Assembly? Because I'm writing for the NES. Hello, Omega. How you doing? So you can write C code for the NES. There's a little bit of overhead with the C code. And it defeats my purpose of writing games for the NES in the first place, which is to learn assembly. I mean, everybody should have a memo detailing what was said, but does anyone do it? Yeah. C NES code I don't think would look very nice because of the limited resources of the NES. You would have to write non-standard C code or non-idiomatic C code to get it to run nicely, to run with decent performance. And I don't really know C that well. I don't want to ruin the knowledge I currently have with ugly NES C code. I'd rather just learn 6502 assembly. And the NES isn't like the only one I want to write code for either. So I am looking at other systems that are based on the 6502, like the Commodore and the Apple IIe, and maybe even the Super Nintendo. But that's a little ways down the road, I think, so far. All right. So yes, I needed to figure out this pitfall thing. I needed to actually work. So place I'm going to start working in soon. They have an in-house edited version of the QBasic compiler. Surprisingly, I can't wait to dig into all this old stuff. Yeah, I find the old stuff fascinating. I really do. I mean, even like the terrible languages like COBOL. I mean, you shouldn't be using COBOL, for instance, for anything new. But I still find that code really, really interesting, right? In the fact that punch cards are a thing that tell a computer how to run. That stuff is still fascinating to me, you know? I found a video online a while back. It was for it was a video of one of the computing museums, and they had one of the old IBMs, with the tape drive things and punch card reader and a big printer and all that. Is that MIT or something like that? One of the schools up there. And a professor somewhere had emailed the research department and said, "Hey, so I'm looking for this program. Don't know if you have it. It's named whatever. It was like a woman's name, or a first name." And he's like, "Yeah. So this program allegedly prints out some scandalous stuff. Well, not scandalous, but some risque ASCII art. Can you find it for me and confirm or deny this?" So they dig up a similar program that wasn't it. Load the cards in, and it reads the cards, and it starts spitting out this thing. Sure enough, there's an ASCII lady in a bathing suit, a bikini, just printed out on this old school IVM. And eventually they did find the program that the guy was talking about, and they made new punch cards for it. They freshly punched punch cards for this thing to run it on this old school mainframe machine. Yeah, so many people don't like to look at old stuff. Like, ew, it's old and icky, and I don't know, it doesn't run Fortnite. It's like, bet you can run Doom though. Add 1 frame every 13 seconds. Oh, and there's another thing I did want to do for the RNG stuff. Let's see, I'm using 3. 3 of them, really? No, that isn't. Hang on, no, that's. I already have the calculator open. 0. I can do 16, I suppose. I was watching this guy hack a PS Vita yesterday. Very complex. Yeah, they're a little complex now. Not gonna lie. Yeah, there's a GitHub repo somewhere that details one of the hacks used for a PS4 to get root access, or not even root. It's Ring 0 access. Because apparently, all code on the PS4 runs as root. So they had to find a unique privilege escalation from root to Ring 0, or root to kernel. But yeah, I'll post it in Discord if I remember later tonight. And let's make this hex. Oops, $, please, thank you. Yeah, it was an interesting read, because it's a weird privilege escalation, right? Because typically, if you have root privileges, that machine is done for. You have free reign. But in the case of the PS4, some stuff ran like the copy protection type stuff ran in the kernel, but everything else ran as root. So it was a weird privilege escalation bug that only existed between root, or from root to kernel. So no one would have even bothered to patch it outside of the PS4 stuff. Why bother with security? Make everything root, right? That's the spirit. Okay, so I need this to be 16 long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Alright, so I want to use more than just... Oh. I forgot the RNG stuff is 2 bytes wide, isn't it? Where is RNG? Store that there, load the data. I mean, I'll only use one of them, I suppose. Ironically, stopping the terminal from being sudo all the time doesn't stop users from doing bad stuff. Same with the admin Windows. Yeah. Yeah, root isn't full control if your kernel won't let you do certain things. Just consider a VM hypervisor. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, and the way that I understood anyway for the PS4 stuff, all the signature keys things were all kernel level, and only the kernel communicated with the specific hardware or something. to verify games. Yeah, so it was like a very like narrow use case for this bug. All right, so I do want a. Can you still read that up there? Kind of. I do want a new variable in here somewhere. Results. No, not that one. As I want, it's gonna be like flip-flop basically. So every other, I don't know, every other RNG thing, it will generate a new seed. Every odd, whatever. For the PS4, it makes sense because games are the only thing running. Even running should be checked by Sony. Everything running should be checked by Sony. Non-checked programs, any non-checked programs already is behind the warning tape. Yeah. 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 Well, they did have the install other OS thing on the PS3 until they didn't, which I find really funny, by the way. So when they had that, no one bothered to even try to hack the PS3 until they removed that option. So that the other OS could only use like one processor or something like that, right? It was fairly restricted in what it could do. But as soon as they removed it, people went and actually rooted the console, and they were able to install a full Linux distro using all of the resources. So I always got a kick out of that one. All right, so Lua debug I don't actually need in there anymore. Oh, I need to take that out of over here. RNG flip-flop. Res one. Alright, branch on not equal to, or no, I want to load up RNG flip-flop, branch not equal to, odd. Yeah. Actually, can I load up the mask and then in the result? I think I can, can't I? So if I load up 0f and that with that. Oh, come on. Yeah. So I can bam do that. It makes sense to some extent, but it's a violation of the concept of defense in depth. It's like the cases where people say, "Oh, well, we'll just use a single address space, or our quote safe compiler will provide the required protection semantics." Yeah. It's like a false sense of security, because once the floodgates are opened, like you can't necessarily shut those very easily. And if you're Nintendo, you just like make one set of floodgates, and when they break, you SOL. Yeah, Nintendo security is just hilariously terrible. And like you're relying on a compiler to be effectively bug-free with respect to your security rules, right? This is just gonna. It's a little messy, I think, actually. Load up F0. First gonna load up 0. Store that into RNG flip flop. This is going to be decrement RNG flip flop. I think there should work, right? And then Nintendo fixes a hardware bug that allows the console to be hacked with a software update. My favorite story is adding malware into a compiler like C++, and then removing it later, so it's always there but no longer in the source, right? Yeah, that's a scary prospect right there. Is violating the chain of trust with the compiler, because in theory it's a thing that can happen. I don't think it has happened, but in theory it's a possibility where you compile a compiler in such a way that it, or you write the compiler so it injects malicious code into other projects, right? And when it compiles itself, it compiles a compiler, it can have it figure that out and have it inject its own self-replicating bit of it into the new binary there. The reflections on trusting trust approach. Yeah. Yeah. Like, how can you really trust what the stuff you're using? You know, let's just increment that. He's probably gonna break things. Let's find out. This just changes the RNG a little bit. Garbage characters. Where's This changes the RNG a bit, so the map will be different. I watched a video where a guy changes the definition of int, so there will be a bug removes the code. Buggy forever. Oh no. I don't trust any program anymore. I'm always like, it might break soon. Alright. Yeah, I actually don't have that with what I'm working with, like, right here in my specific use case. I don't have that issue, I don't think, because like, I'm reading the assembly and I'm writing the assembly itself, and I can check the bytecode fairly easily. I can check the outputted binary. But when you don't have that luxury, when binaries are a few hundred megs, and there's more than one of them, there's like DLLs and whatnot, you can't hand check any of that, really. Like, it's not feasible to check that stuff. So I put those there as like a test, right? Like, those are all hard coded into the menu, right? I don't have a data format for those yet. I need to figure out a data format so I can put them on this screen over here. Oh, good lord, what? That's new. Right? At least the skyboxes are gone. Huh. I didn't expect that. I did not expect that. Garbage is actually in the buffer. Okay. I thought I always point you down to automated proof testing and whatnot. Yeah. I thought, Oh, because I didn't shift things. Okay, is that why? Yeah, so this one, jeez. Okay, so this is gonna break things. So let's put it back to where it was. RNG result. And we're gonna end in the mask like that. Like that, and then we need to shift it a bunch the other direction. I always forget the friggin' right something or not rotate. LSR. Did you use hard-coded locations and relative? For the columns? No, this right here. This right here is the table it's looking at. But I didn't account for the other half of the byte. And I multiplied that by 2, so it broke things. It was reading this stuff down here as byte data, as data it should have been reading. Yeah. So do I need to? I think I need one more like that. Actually, let's just put that up there. Yeah. I think this will take care of it. Well, I mean, if I can spell, that would help. That's step number 1 is spelling correctly. Oh, it is this one. Okay. PRNG, where are you? Bam. Okay. Start. Okay. Working seed is 5A. What? That's not where I wanted to stop. That is not where I wanted to stop. Check collide, wrap stuff, game NMI, status bar stuff. No. No. Buffer column, where's that? It's above that. Okay, this is where I wanted to be. Not in PRNG, because that still works. Did it draw one? Okay. Yeah, so it drew the first however many. Actually, I need to go down here to do RNG because it. Wait, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Load if I put that on the countdown. Load the flip flop if it's branched not equal. Okay, branched. All right. Gonna increment that to put it back to 0. Load up the result. End it with F0. And so that's 50, right? So all right, so we want it right shift by 3. Bam. Okay, so that should be A at the time when we get out of it, right? 10. Okay, so that should be the 5th. Come on, over here. The 5th thing here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should be pit wall. Okay, we're at A. Transfer A to X. Load up the column definitions. Don't know which one those are. Which ones those are. All right. Well, we want to have a look at temp address. So I'm gonna put that in the thing. Oh, come on. And make it an address. Okay. Alright, so temp address is 8566. Do we have that somewhere? Not in Pong. That's not gonna be in there. Here, we did not. Okay. Offset. And it's gonna start loading up the meta column. Oops, I've already got this open, don't I? Yep. Alright, we're looking. Okay, so it's gonna put it right here. Oh, I should put it right here. So let's see what it puts. Double wall. Alright, well that's not the one I thought I would put in there, but okay. Oh, index 5. Index 5. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. It's index 5, not the 5th one. Derp. So Lua the other day was screwing me up, because Lua's indexed by 1, and nothing else is. Nothing sane is. That was screwing me up a little bit. Alright. And then we go to somewhere else, don't we? Oh yeah, it draws it on the screen. Like so. And then it draws the rest of that. Okay. So hopefully, it's not broken anymore. Hopefully. Alright, do our RNG thing. Reset the countdown, load up that. Okay, so we are not branching. Gonna decrement that so we branch next time. Gonna get a new RNG result. And we're going to look at 2 bytes of that. And that with and 42, which is 1 byte of that result, because it's a 2 byte RNG. It gives us 2. SLA, it's up to 4. It's index 4. The offset 4. The second index for the lookup table. Jump to that. Transfer A to X. Alright, bit wide. Oh, well that's because I didn't jump or anything, and I don't have collision disabled, so that's why that happened. Okay, let's do that. Woo! Yeah, there's that bit wide. Okay. Okay, yeah, so that was that issue. Okay. Alright. Alright, this could actually work. I think this could actually work. Does the character sprite go all the way to the bottom? And does this go all the way to the bottom? That one goes all the way to the top. Does the character sprite go all the way to the bottom? Yes, it does. I am a pixel off. Look at that. That's not what I want. I'll have to fix that eventually. But let's go ahead and get rid of this. I don't need that anymore. Save. Over here. Look at that. Oops. Come on. Okay. There we go. So now we are using, instead of half of one of the bytes for the RNG, we're using a full byte of the RNG. Full 8 bits of the 16-bit RNG seed or result thing. Yeah. So I'm not sure I like those obstacles, but yeah. Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on the level generation. It still needs a little bit of work. I do have extra things in there, like a pit-wall combination thing. So the meta columns are defined now to be variable width. So there's the nothing one, which is just some ground, so air and ground. There's one where it's just a single wall, so it's got some obstacle and the ground. And there's one with the double wide wall, which is this guy right here. What about themed obstacles? Yes, I plan on doing something like that. Absolutely. So these are just defining the meta tiles that are being used, the graphics themselves, which are defined down here. So really, in theory, I could have like obstacle left and obstacle left and obstacle right kind of thing over there, and I'd have those defined down here. Like these are the actual tile IDs for the various meta tiles. So yes, I am designing this with that in mind. Absolutely. The only trouble with that is I actually need to do the art, which I haven't done any of yet. I really need to. I really do. And another thing I also need to figure out is the data format for. I'll just get a game over here. For those buildings there. Well, not necessarily the buildings, but for the background itself. So I need to be able to draw the background, and I need to be able to store that data in a format that I can just spit to the screen. Yeah. Because I do not want to have to manually draw that, right? So currently in the title screen code, seed stuff. I manually draw it. So right here, I set the PPU to vertical mode, right, for drawing, and then from here all the way down to here. Is drawing those buildings. These right here are the attribute bytes, and all this stuff up here are the actual tiles. The tiles for the buildings themselves. Yeah, so I do need to figure out a format for that. I will probably use or slightly modify the format I had for background stuff in Pong. I think it was, wasn't it? I think it was in here. Countdown? Look, countdown? No, it was background stuff, I think. Yes. Where I had opcodes essentially, and I decoded the opcodes to do things like stuff encoded in run length, or just a list of tile IDs, or what have you. And I am doing something similar to that actually with the credits sequence as well, where let's see, credits ASM. Actually, I can just BS and then credits data. There we go. Like I've got opcodes for the different things I want to draw. like this one here saying we're doing some run length encoding, right? So I want a run length of 7 of that tile. So 7 of those tiles. This is a different type of run length thing for the header. Do I have... Where's... Let's switch out. There we go. A different type of run length so I can get the header going easily. Because of how I set everything up in that subbribe. Yeah, right. There it goes. So you'll notice that I've got like the top of the Twitch logo, and then I've got the bottom of the Twitch logo, and then or the middle of the Twitch logo, then the bottom of it, right? All in order like that. So that's what I'm using that right there for. It's 3 bytes for 3 tiles. So that one isn't really... That one's not too worth it. This one over here, though, the 15-byte one, that's for drawing a bunch of this. Okay, so the 23-byte one... let me actually bring up the credit screen over here so I can just show you. Oop. Wow, okay. I hit start too many times. There we go. Yeah, so I forget which is which. Top of header. Oh, that might be part of the Twitch TV thing. Starting at... Oh no, that's to get it to the next line. 6 starting at 02. Okay, so this one right here, line 54, increment starting at 02. So that grabs the first byte and then increments it a bunch, and then you can run length kind of thing. So it draws out the Twitch.tv, for instance, right? But yeah, so I've got like opcodes for how to draw, describing how to draw things in the background, right? These are all for the names on the screen, obviously. But I might take the same idea with that and just expand this a bit. Like, have an opcode to change the draw direction. And that might be all I really need, actually. Well, not all I need, but I'll also need an opcode to to set the address for the PPU and whatnot. It's functions, yay! Yeah. But yeah, like ones like this, clear row. This would be a 3-byte instruction with run length, or a 33-byte bit of data if it was just a byte list like the names are, right? Actually, no, that'd be 34 because 1 byte for the opcode, 32 bytes for the data itself, and 1 byte for the null termination. But yeah, so I might do something like this for it, but I still need to like plan out first how it's gonna how I want everything laid out on screen, number one, and second how I want to draw it, you know. So, yeah. But once I do that, I should, in theory, be able to draw cityscapes and other other backgrounds and environments. It's not easier, but like, yeah. Yes, that list did get big, didn't it? I had one guy on there drop a bunch of gift subs, and then there's some other Prime subs in there as well. But yeah, it's more than it is more than 2 full name tables now. Yes. So I finished. I actually fixed the scrolling on this guy. So part of the bugs that I haven't actually fixed yet is if that list is too short, it doesn't draw correctly. The fix for that is just adding more names to the list. So like after I forget who it was, but after like I got a certain number of subs, it cleared up an error, a bug that was in there. Because one of the names was repeated when it shouldn't have been, but like that error went away when I got more subs. So, I mean, I thought it's kind of funny. But yeah, so this list is getting long. I don't have the tier 2 or 3 stuff. It's a forever bug, yeah. I don't have the tier 2 or 3 stuff working yet. Because I haven't touched that code in a while. It's to get the attribute stuff working. I just haven't looked at it in a while. I could probably fix it relatively easily, but I don't remember what was wrong with it specifically. So the header stays at the top of the screen. You know, maybe. We'll see. I am working on some stuff that I don't want to spoil for that, for this screen. But so I will be working on that off stream, just so I don't spoil anything. But yeah, I do plan on having a little bit more on this screen. But yeah, so I don't have any tier 2 or 3 subs yet, so I don't have to worry too soon about getting that all squared away in this. I will eventually have to worry about it though, but well, I hope I will anyway. But yeah, where was I now? I don't really like those graphics. Let's see. Actually, I wonder. So these should all be aligned to oh no. I don't know if I want to do that. I was gonna say these are all aligned to attribute tables, but that means I have to actually write the attribute tables, and I don't really feel like doing that right now. Because I haven't got any of that squared away. That's one of the things that's wrong with the credit screen, is the attribute tables are all screwed up. Hello! Yes, I'm still working on this. I'll be working on this for another 2 months, I assume. How you doing, Magnetard? Alright, let's see if we can get... Actually, let's make another one of these. Pit wide... double wall, pit wall, wide. Pit wall, wide. So this is going to be 3, and it's going to be a pit. It's going to be a wall surrounded by pit on it, surrounded by pits. Surprised you didn't become a public speaker. You had the personality for it. I don't have the linguistic ability for that, I don't think. I stumble over my words far too often, I think, for that. Alright, so we're gonna take one of these and make it a pit wall wide. Let's see if that comes up anywhere. Alright, oops. Alright, so it's going to be a wide pit like that, but with a wall in the middle instead. It hasn't come up yet. Really? There it is! Look at that! No obstacle. Huzzah! So it looks more daunting than the others, but it actually isn't that bad. It's easier than the double wide walls. Because the pit doesn't have a it won't have a hitbox above it. I did not give presentations. No. I'm not saying it's not an option, but I don't know what I speak about. All right, that's a lot of blank space there. I don't know if I like that. Okay. So I think this is working fairly well. Well, the generation, that is. I don't have, like I said, the pits programmed in yet, so you can just glide right over those. Yeah. thinking it might be possible to like animate some of those. Like for instance, the pit. If I have like a fire down there or something, you know. Or if I just want to make it like spikes or whatever. So yeah, let's change this to something else other than the square. Let's see. Let's go that. Go with that. That one. Let's go. Save that. So now the pit is going to be GMC nothing. And then the pit, because the pit is just going to be the bottom of it. Correct. Tier 2 is the $10 sub, and Tier 3 is the 25, I think? It's 25 or 30. Expensive. It's expensive. Nothing. What? But yeah, the Tier 2 emote is what is it? Not that one. It's that one, and then the Tier 3 is that one. Maybe Twitch Prime already for this month is messing it up. Oh shoot! Well, thank you. Yeah, I haven't seen an alert, so I think Twitch is confused. But can you use the emote on that? The smug one? Alright, let's see if that did anything. Yeah, it's not a capital M. Stop game. There we go. See, now we got like spike things down in the thing. Oh my goodness. See, now I have to actually go and make that work now. Thanks. Thank you, though. I do appreciate it. Yeah, so I got like spike things in there. They don't do anything, but yeah, I have to like actually make. Let me commit first, because I did, I think, fix a few things, and I did change things. So let me yeah, spikes are bad. Well, that's, you know, the idea there. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna take out that little debug, because I don't need that in there anymore. Needs more lasers. Make them shoot lasers up. I mean, lasers up, but like, you need to be able to jump over the pit, and if it just shoots lasers up, it's just gonna kill everybody that goes over the pit. So that's, I mean, that's just evil, I think, isn't it? Straight up? Yeah, like that's just evil, right? Exactly. Wouldn't work. Alright, so we're gonna stage that. Oh, and I did take it out. I didn't comment out. I actually removed it. Stage that. This is gonna just be remove Lua debug well. Long used. Get a sprint token for it. Penny per token. Right. Commit. There we go. Oh, so I also updated this program before stream, and it made me a little nervous when it changed its UI. So. Oh goodness. See, I already broke it. Okay. Yeah. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. Okay, so we're gonna stage that one and that one. Tweak RNG. Tweak reading RNG. Jumper hole dead. I could, but what's the fun of that? Isn't it funny how developers are like, what will a little change to the UI affect clients? Getting rage over Visual Studio's icon. Yeah, it doesn't change much. It's like a psychological like, everything's changed. Why did you do this? I liked it before, right? But I don't. To be fair, I don't hate it because it didn't like scramble everything. Like I can still figure out like what buttons do and where they are because they didn't really move this. They added a few of them. Like I don't know what the yellow submarine one is. I'll find out here in a second. Some of the pickiest clients ever. I don't know. I haven't worked in enough fields. I think as IT to confirm or deny that. Because I hear doctors are up there. Add another obstacle. Use 8 bits of the RNG result. Not pick your clients, no comment. Yeah. There should be air swirls going down. I mean, so then I'd have to like actually animate that, and I don't feel like animating anything right now because that would mean I need to muck around with freaking the attribute table stuff because I wouldn't want to have to rewrite things on screen, tiles on screen. And have a scroll. Yeah, and I don't want to have to use sprites for that because then there's a chance that there will be more than 4 meta columns that use a sprite on screen, which means more than 4 sprites, or more than 8 sprites on screen. And I do not have any of the sprite cycling code. And I don't want to write that right now because it would uproot a lot of stuff, I think. Because I don't have that worked out yet. I mean, I know how it works conceptually, but I haven't actually planned any of it out to actually implement it. Yeah. But if I can change it an attribute for the meta column and just cycle the palette, that's a different story. Yeah, so a fire pit would be easier because then I would be able to animate fire with just a palette, just changing values on a palette. That would be a lot easier. Yes. You could be evil if the player's in half of the block above the hole. It pulls down. Yeah. So what I plan on having, I think, is like like the map like slow down or something like that. The scroll slow down when you hit when it triggers that you've fallen into the pit. A gravity hole. Gee. Like we made all these campfires, right? It's like, have you ever played the Doom games? Like the newer ones, like Doom 2016. There's candles everywhere, right? Who lit the candles? Was it like even in I think even in hell itself, there's candles in places. Like who goes? There's like a demon that goes around like lighting candles, and putting candles everywhere. Yes, I think there was someone in hell. I know there were a bunch all the base, but I think that was explained with some of the backstory in that. Never thought of it like that. Yeah, right? Who's lighting all these candles? But no, some of it was actually part of the employees there doing rituals and BS like that. Yeah, the demons would at least blow them out, right? I've just 2 into this 3. This requires the what table is that? the Metacom definitions table. To be 16 entries long. There was some game where you could blow out candles, maybe Dishonored series, but I had to blow out every single one, right? Like when they give you that option, it's no longer like an option. You have to go around and blow out all of them, right? And honestly, like the most satisfying thing in those situations, like you're not told to blow them out. You're just given the option, right? But the most satisfying thing, where it's like, an out of the way kind of, not necessarily collectible, but thing you can do to objects that like isn't counted anywhere, right? So there's no like collect however many feathers or whatever. But like when you blow out all the candles in a level or something like that, you get like an achievement or something, you know. Like there's one in Nier, which I find absolutely hilarious. Nier is a third person, not really a JRPG, but it's like a hack and slash kind of thing. What is that guy doing? He's going on. But Nier Automata, the new one. I haven't actually played the other ones yet. I do want to eventually. I'm not sure if I'll play those on stream though. So yeah, the new one, like the main character, is a female, and she's got like this short skirt thing on. So like, of course, people are gonna like back her into a corner and try to look up it. So they programmed in, like, if you try hard enough, she'll swat away the camera. When I found that out, I was rolling on the floor. I'm like, holy crap, that's amazing. That's amazing that they thought of that. So you do that like a few more times, and you get an achievement for trying to look. And I laughed really hard when I found that one out. And of course, I have that achievement because, you know, never played it. It's a great game. It's an amazing game. I highly recommend it. If you have a PS4, I would, however, recommend playing it on the PS4. It has some. It was ported to the PC by a third-party company, and I don't think the PC is quite up to snuff. The PC port is quite up to snuff. One of the things that really got me, yeah, there's some issues with the resolution and some other weird things. But one thing that like isn't really a bug, but it's like a slap in the face almost. It's a PS4 game. It's a Square game. I don't know. It's a PS4 game, like a PS4 exclusive for a time. And the PC port, you can't use the PS4 controller. You have to use an Xbox controller. Excuse me? I didn't run into any, but I saw a ton of issues. Yeah, I didn't have any game-breaking issues. Although, at one point, I did have this issue where I was stuck. Yeah, DS4 and mod it to change the icons. Yeah, I could do that, but I'm too lazy. But I had this one issue where I fell down a hole somewhere, right? And it was like a little collectible hole. There was like a treasure chest in it or whatever. Like a semi-secret kind of hole-in-the-wall thing, right? So you fall down. It's in one of the side-scrolling parts of the game. So you fall down here onto like a table or whatever. And from the table, you can't jump up the way you came to get back out again, right? So you have to drag a box over that's higher than the table, so you can jump off the table and out the hole, right? And grab on the ledge or whatever. I found out the hard way that physics is tied to frame rate. So if you get a poor frame rate, you cannot make the jump. In order to make that jump, I had to get out of full screen and go down to like 720p on low settings to be able to make the jump, because I wasn't pushing 60 frames at full screen 1080. And that is one of that is the main reason I reinstalled Windows on my desktop, was to play Nier Automata. with full screen 1080p gloriousness. That's Fallout level. That's Bethesda level of garbage, right? But you don't have that issue on the PS4 because like it's designed around the PS4 hardware, right? So you don't really have the issues of lag that you do on the PC through the terrible port. So you never notice that the physics are tied to the frame rate. Yeah, frame rate should never affect physics. Yeah. Must put it on the main loop, but not a background. That's something dumb. Something really dumb. But yeah, that is the only issue I had with the PC port. And I looked up like how to get out of this room on like Steam on the Steam forums, and it was all a bunch of like, because I thought like, oh, maybe like I have to find a switch somewhere and get out somewhere else, or find a different door to get out. And everyone's like, no, you can make that jump. You can totally make that jump. I'm like, no, I can't. I cannot make that jump. I have tried 16 times. I cannot make this jump. That's one of the reasons I like consoles. They always get the best experience because it is the same everywhere. I don't necessarily agree with that. Case in point, going back to the Bethesda games. Skyrim is ungodly broken. Crap's tied to the frame rate. Not as... Actually, I don't think physics is tied to the frame rate. If you do go over 60 frames, though, things start to break. I do know that. Things start to act really weird. Like, there's countless bugs in that game. But the community was able to step up and mod the bugs out of the game. The first mods I installed in Skyrim were the community patches that fixed the game. You don't have those on console, at least I don't think you do. You might now that they've enabled the mods years later. Yeah. They could try to put too much in. I mean, you can do the same thing with the consoles now. You really can do the same thing with the consoles. It's just easier to make it a uniform experience on consoles, I think. Install those patches. Yeah, I was actually playing some Skyrim the other night, and I had E and B installed, but I never configured it, I guess. Or at least it was configured weird, so it used a weird resolution, like a massive resolution, like a 4K resolution for whatever reason. So I changed that, turned on VSync so I don't get tearing, and went down the laundry list of effects and special effect things that weren't turned on. I turned them on. I'm like, holy crap, this game is beautiful now. So I can't do that on the console. Like it looks like a 10-year-old game on the console, but on PC it looks beautiful because I can like turn on bloom and particle effects and volumetric lighting and all kinds of really neat stuff to make it look amazing. That you can't really do on the console because either the console can't handle it or it just doesn't have the mods. All right. Add a new pit obstacle. 8 years. I was close. But yeah, the original graphics of that didn't really age very well. In fact, I only have one mod installed that doesn't improve the vanilla experience. So all the mods I have installed are improved geometry for things like barrels and stuff. I've got the Sky UI for the menu system that isn't cancer. I've got some player model stuff in there. I've got EMB, obviously. I've got the bug fixes. But the one non-vanilla, the vanilla breaking mod, I guess you could call it, that adds like storylines and all that kind of stuff, adds in the it adds in Oblivion to Skyrim, and it's amazing. Sky UI was the reason I didn't play the special edition when I downloaded. Oh yeah, because it's like 64-bit or something like that, right? So Sky UI doesn't work in it, and like they nuke some of the not debugging, but some of the mod endpoints, I think, which breaks Sky UI, and I cannot play that game without Sky UI. Like I can't. Oh, it is. Okay. Let's see. First, generate uses the lower 8 bits, and the second uses the higher 8 bits. Can you still do the Skyrim quest? I was looking at the Oblivion mod, but I haven't played. Yes, yes, you can. In fact, what it does is it so the road to Helgen that you enter the game on, you follow that south, and you end up at a gate that wasn't there before. Well, you couldn't get to it because like you cannot go this way, invisible wall BS. So it's a gate to get to the other map. And it loads the entire map underneath, to the south of Skyrim. I think it's really well done as well. Some of the voice acting you can tell were like done on a webcam mic, but aside from that, I think it's pretty well done. Pretty well done. Yeah. Like I have some map mods for the main game that like change the way the map is displayed. Like it draws the main roads, but none of the extra roads. So you can go and find them yourself, right? So I don't think that plays very well with the mod. So it doesn't look the map. It's the zoomed out map doesn't look as nice as the Skyrim map does. But I mean, it still works beautifully. I haven't finished playing through it yet. In fact, I needed to like level up a bunch, so I've been doing a little bit of grinding. Niceties update, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I've got like EMB and a lot of just improvement things, like better barrel polygons, essentially. So it makes them look a lot nicer. So you can at first glance you can tell if you can open up a barrel or not. Because the ones you can open up have like a lid on the thing, and the ones you can't, there's no lid on it, and it's just all sealed, and it makes more sense. And like it adds more polygons to the ropes and whatnot, and makes them look less pointy. All right. So how am I gonna do these guys? It's a rectangle rope, pretty much. I think it had like 5 corners, or it was 5-sided, but yeah, it was terrible looking. So you install the mod and you're like, holy crap, that actually looks like a rope now. That's amazing. Doesn't look like a steel bar anymore. It actually looks like a real rope. I think I have some texture mods in there as well. I don't honestly remember. I don't remember all the things in it. The things I do not have in it are like the Macho Man Randy Savage mod, which is funny, but I do not have that in there. Sky Oblivion is just for normal Skyrim. Oh no! Actually, what was the name of that? Hang on. The actual name of that, because I think I have it here somewhere. It's a massive mod. I want to say it starts with a B. Scar mod. Oblivion. Sky Oblivion. Oh! Okay, so I don't have this one, I don't think. Maybe I have a different one. This is gonna bug me now, hang on. No, I'm not firing up Skyrim, I'm just firing up Nexus mods. New lands. Burma. Burma. So maybe it isn't Oblivion, it's... Yeah. Where's my other window? System launch. Maybe? Hang on. Yeah, put it over here. Yes! Yes, it is. Yes. That is the mod I'm talking about. Well, let me... Yeah. Over here. Because I'm not sure if how much of this is... Okay, so it brings in Cyrodiil. Not... Yeah. So it brings in this one here. Cyrodiil. So there's a like a gate over here somewhere in Skyrim that lines up with a gate in Cyrodiil that you can go through. Yeah. Wait, are there more? Are they actually going to like release more of them? Because that's amazing if they are. Morrowind, yeah, Skyrim obviously. But yeah, so Burma is the mod I've got, and yeah, it's massive. It's absolutely massive. Alright, so I need to figure out how to actually do the pits. So that's going. It is going to be in the check collision. Check collide. It is going to be in here. Now, currently, I'm checking only for the obstacle above ground. This is gonna be a 100-hour game. Now it's gonna be longer. Yeah, so I've spent so many hours in Skyrim. How many? Just shy of 400 hours. I think the only game I have above that is Borderlands. Yeah. The only game I have higher than that is Borderlands at 460 something. But yeah, I've already like reinstalled it, and I'm start up a new character and everything just for playing this mod. So yeah. And no, I'm not a stealth archer this time. Like I did the last 6 or 7 times I started a new character. I don't even think I've like leveled up any of the archer stuff. But all right, check collide. Load up sprites. Why am I loading up sprites? Oh, I'm done. Okay. So it loads up the sprite, and if it's higher than that, it doesn't even try to do any collision stuff, which I guess is fine. So that's checking for above ground stuff. Now you're a stealth magic. No, I'm not trying to be a stealth magic user. My main weapon is the warhammer. Actually, that I just upgraded to be. It was Daedric, but now it's Ebony. I'm in that one. I tried to do that one Black Star quest and immediately got my ass handed to me because they're all like ranged and I'm not. So like they killed me before I even got to hit him with a hammer. Okay, so down here, let's get rid of all this crap. So that's collide. We collided. You know what? We'll have let's do a different routine instead for the pit. Yeah. I don't need to do on that That's already done. Check collide. JSR check pit. We're just gonna make a new routine for that. Because for this, I think I'm gonna do some other logic stuff with it. So when I detect that, when the player crosses the threshold of falling into the pit, I think I want to stop the scroll and have the player sprite actually fall into the pit. Maybe have it stop over like 2 or so frames. So slow down for... yeah, so once it triggers, slow it down by a frame, and then slow scroll down by a frame, and then stop the scroll on the next frame. And then have the player just fall into the pit. Yeah. I'll have to see how that works, how well that works with, what's it? Single pit. So single column pits. Do I have any on screen here? I do not. I do, actually, right there. Yeah, so I don't know how well it would work for stuff like this. But we'll have to find out. We'll have to find out. Yeah, I think first, one thing I do want to do is I want to make the player actually touch the ground. Oh, and we're gonna have to JZR. Pff, nope. JSR branch unequal to safe. Otherwise, fall in pit. So yeah, for this one, I won't immediately go to dead. Because for that one, I, smack into the wall, and then it just fades. For this, I want to fall into the pit and then fade. That'll be interesting. So that'll be like the second part of it. So the first part, I actually need to trigger the pit, right? Yeah. This right here. Oh, and I do want to put the player sprite at the very, very bottom of that. 76, so let's make this 77? What's a 77? Jump frames, jump frames, jump frames, jump frames. Player. So somewhere it's going to check that and actually put the player at the bottom on the ground. And I think I hard coded that somewhere because I don't remember. Well, let's just see what happens when I just change that one number. All right. Oh! That's all I needed to change. So now he's actually touching the bottom there. If we go ahead and zoom that in, you can see that he's actually touching the ground, which is good. There we go. That's what we wanted. Yeah. Instead of hovering a pixel above the ground. Yeah. Oh, and one thing I did find the other day, Messon has filters, so we can make it look like it would on a TV. So let's. This is what it would look like on a on a TV, a CRT, allegedly, you can see it's not very readable, right? Yeah, look, it looked pretty bad. It looks fairly bad. But like some of the stuff does like look round. You can't really read the pixels very well. Yes, and I want one. Yes, yes, yes. This guy's not running at full speed, I don't think. 2x on that, because it's flashing a little bit. You can see. Okay, now it's not flashing anymore. But yeah, so I do want to make it readable on a CRT. So I will have to redo a bunch of the fonts to be thicker, because as you can tell, you can't really read score clearly. So I will need to redo a bunch of those fonts there. Soar, yeah, exactly. You can tell what that says, but it's hard to read that, right? Oh goodness gracious! So what does credits look like? This isn't too bad. The font could be better though. The font could be a little bit better, but this isn't too bad. Oh yeah. Where's the, is that an emulation? No. I mean, there's ones that like try to make it look cleaner. And let me get rid of the input display. If I can figure out where it is. What the hell? Ah. There we go. Yeah, so I'm gonna close out the debugger actually, because that's slowing it down a little bit. It's making it flash. So there are the filters, like ones to make it look cleaner, like emulated cleaner. So this one like rounds all the edges of everything. I don't think I like that. Like I don't like how that looks, you know. Oops. What is it? Can I get it to not do that? Video. Oh, I can just change all that crap too. Scan lines. What? 100 scan lines. Oh my goodness. I can add scan lines to it. Yeah, computer generated smoothly never looks really good. With a lot of things actually. Got some scan lines. Let's scan lines and NTSC. Oh, that is not readable at all. Yeah, at the very least, I want to be able to make it readable with this, right? Whoa, what in the world? That looks weird. I don't know if you can see it very well, but scan lines, there's only like the scan lines go like in a diagonal. Let's see. Emulation, was it? Nope, it was in video. Picture. Oh. Okay, I can change the... Oh, wow. Oh, boy. The demon is unleashed, right? So if you have like a really bad CRT, this is what it'll look like, right? I don't know if stream really does it justice. Let's can I take a picture of this? Let's go ahead and window snip that guy. Gonna save that as something on my desktop. There we go. But I mean, I want things to still be readable in this state, right? It doesn't have to look pretty, but I want to be able to like distinguish what an obstacle is and be able to read the bottom there and have it say like, you know, score or whatever. You can see the arrow bleeds into that. That's good. All right. Goodness gracious. It dances. Yeah. Yeah. Things dance. All right. So it's yeah. So from that to nothing. I saw the scan lines turned on. Oops, I should probably turn those off. Video, pictures, scan lines, none. Let's see what's some other ones. High quality 4X. Looks weird. Because it smooths everything again. Oh, and the scaling ones are more smoothing crap. Oh, that looks weird. Oops. Prescale 2, 3, 4, 6. What do the prescales do? Nothing. They don't do anything. They don't change anything. I mean, the smooth ones, like, it tries. You know, it tries. Yeah, I like the Jaggies. I like the Jaggies. On the NES. On the NES. Yeah. Especially if a game is designed with that stuff in mind, you know? 2X. Okay. Because there's some really good pixel art out there, you know? Some really good pixel art. They wouldn't look very good smoothed out like that. Alright. Thought I have natural smoothing recently. I have a slight astigmatism, so the lines are extremely sharp. Really? Okay, so for the check pit, we want to see if what do we want to see? Are not extremely sharp. Okay. So for this, I don't want to trigger it immediately as the sprite enters the pit meta tile. Like, let me slow this down a bunch. So speed, quarter speed. So I don't want it to trigger right there, right? I want it to trigger like right about there. It's like halfway into it, right? I mean, you wouldn't be able to make this jump at that point. Yeah. Maybe if I had like it trigger the jumping flag, so you can't jump anymore after it gets halfway into that meta tile, and then just have the sprite fall. I could do that, right? I will need to actually change, or not change, but I'll need to find some fall frames instead of jump frames. Yeah, so let's get rid of a bunch of these. Like that. Separate the data label from okay. Fall frames. And fall frame end. This is going to be a thing. It's going to start at 77, I suppose, right? Well, let's make it go to... What's that? 6, so that's... Where is my calculator? There it is. I want hex. 77 plus 6 is 7D. 7D. And go down from here. So that'll only be a few frames long, I think. And what I can do, is I can use the sprite overloading thing to my advantage. Yeah, so if I have more than 8 sprites on a scan line, it will stop drawing sprites. So if I can, let me see if I can actually do this here. Hang on. Where is? Oh, I need the fucking debugger open. We're going to put this back to normal speed. Okay, we're gonna try something here real quick. We're gonna take a few sprites. Oh, so I can also I'm thinking of having an effect for when the player sprite drops down a pit to like disappear, right? We'll stop drawing sprites thing. I see. Yes, but I think it'll work for what I'm doing here because I've seen it actually used in other games. Yeah. So hear me out here. We're gonna try something. Let's see. The last sprite, this guy. So 89 and 02. 02. Is that X? No. 8991. That's what it is. 8991. So we're gonna do 89. Oh no, that's 19. That's 19. So that's 19 over. So we're gonna do 10 over and 91. 91 down. Let's see what tile we want. We want. Let's give it this tile for kicks. So that's tile 02, right? Yeah, it's tile 02. Let's just go 02. There we go. Oh, so okay, that's not quite right. 91. Oh, because that's paused. Haha, that's the. This one? 77 and 18 sounds about right. So we're gonna pop it down to 77 and 10. 5. Okay, we're just gonna put it there so we can see it. There's also the sprite behind background thing you could try. Yes, but I will have. I do plan on having a background behind this play area here, so that will screw with that. I don't want to screw with that. So I'm just gonna put a bunch of sprites right there. 7702 05 7702 wait a minute. No, this needs to be 77. Wait a minute. How badly did I screw this up? 77020005. Okay, so that's 4. 77020005. 77020005. 0005. Really, I should have gotten one of them, shouldn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Really? What is that? Chris! Welcome, and thank you for the bits. Appreciate it. A total of, wow, almost 200,000. Not bad. With a sprite priority inversion trick. Oh! That's why, because I need to push these down a bunch. That's why that's not doing anything. Because these need to be before, because this guy won't draw. This guy will actually not draw. So if I put this guy over at 20 whatever, he will not draw because of the sprite priority. I had the sprite priority backwards, not really backwards, but all these tiles need to be down a bunch. So let's put those down a bunch. Save RAM, no, OAM. That works. Sprites. It's going to be, what, 8 sprites long, so that's going to be 16. Like that. Decimal 252 minus 16 to 36. Like that. Okay, so this should just move those sprites down. Okay. I'm not sure if I put enough in there, but 77020005. Whoops. Nope, that needs to be over here. Over here. 77. What is it? Oh, because, yeah. 020005. There we go. 77020005. 77020005. 3 7700 02 0005. I don't have enough. 1 2 3 4 5 6. I need to move those down a bunch more. What was that? 8 more? Okay. I have too many of these open again. Grand. Okay. Can't count those. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Well, I mean, the idea will be there. These guys. Okay. 77020005. 77020005. 77020005. 77020005. 77020005. 20005. Really? Let's start overriding some of this guy. There we go. Then 77020005. There we go. And then this guy here, like if I change its height, I will change. Let me make this one bigger actually. Video size 4x. There you go. So depending on where I put this guy, right, it will cut off the sprite at that point. Shadowcore, how you doing? The guy is going. Yeah, I know. I'm modifying the memory directly, so it's not like I did break anything. I just reload the level and fix it. So depending on like where the sprites overlap, that's where it will stop drawing the sprite, right? So I can have them like scroll off screen with just a few sprites. I'm doing good. How you doing? I just popping in real quick to say hello. I'm going to bed now. All right. Well, you have a good sleep. Thank you for stopping by saying hi. I'm making a lot of progress on this. But yeah, good to see you again. Doing fine. That's good. That's good. So let me. All right. See, he's all better now. Oh goodness, I didn't even think of. Hang on. He doesn't actually fit in that pit. That kind of rhymed. So it's faster to spawn more sprites than to scroll it. Oh, I was just doing that as a like proof of concept test thing. So ideally, I'd put those sprites like right on top of the sprite 0. And in fact, I'd only need to use like 7 sprites because the sprite 0 counts as a sprite, obviously. So I could just drop in 7 more sprites right there and have them be blank. And he would disappear in the pit or whatever. Yeah. Well, good night then. Have a productive evening/day. Evening for me, but thank you. Thank you. Have a good night. Have a good sleep. Yeah, but I don't think I don't think I'll be able to use spikes though if I did that. I mean, I probably could, but I don't know. It wouldn't look right. But it's a possibility, right? It's a possibility. But here, I mean, I don't think, like, scan line. Okay, and then we're gonna hit start for a frame, and then do it on the frame, so it's no longer paused. And undo that. Oops. But yeah, so he doesn't like actually fit in the pit, like the one wide pit here, right? So he lines up perfectly with that pit. So I might want to. Oh goodness. Do I want to make this obstacle like 3 wide and have either end of it be ground and like have it like angled in or something? Imagine it keeps going and the character appears below the score. Maybe make him thinner? I mean, I could make him thinner, sure. Yeah, this sprite is like the extremes of what the sprite will be eventually, right? Yeah. So I am going to redo this sprite eventually. I don't know when. Probably off stream. I'll do that. Yeah. But like if he were to fall here, he would hit the wall before it triggered anything else. Never generated 1 wide pit in front. I mean, yeah, I could like never generate the 1 wide. But yeah. So the way that, like for instance, Super Mario does it is it stops the horizontal movement and then just drops the player down, right? Can it fall in a 2 wide pit after an obstacle? Probably, yeah. Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I don't have that obstacle in there. But I don't think you can actually land on that first meta tile after a pit, after an obstacle. Just because of the arc. So it'll just like look scarier, right? But I don't think you'd actually be able to fall into a single wide like that one there. You can't fall into, because if you jump late enough, you'll just hit the top of the obstacle. You know. So if I had some that were that this is the game. If I had some that were like let's see, pit wide. Let's change the pit wide to that. So let's go over there, comment that out. Obstacle, and then put that there. like that. Over here. So the triple wide pit is now going to be a different obstacle. Yeah, so it's that obstacle right there. So is it? Yes, it is possible to fall into that one, I suppose. Not so much if it's just a single wide, however. Like those guys. Oh no, falling into a pit is not implemented yet. Yeah, so I can just hover right over those things. Where's some that are just the pits? Come on. I know I have them in there somewhere. There it is. Yeah, so I'll just hover right over them. So that is one thing I do need to do. Magic, right? Yeah, I haven't really thought of how to implement that though. Video size. Yeah. So I might pause on that for now and come back to it later. So I think I want to brainstorm that a little bit off stream. Let's see. So this is just going to be remove some unused code here. We're going to reset this. Reset those lines. Put that stuff in there like that. Actually, no. Unstage that one and unstage that one. Maybe if the player is at ground level and is over a pit, subtract height? At or below ground level. Maybe. Yeah, because well, no. So I can't use the same jump frames for the pit because the jump frames are absolute. They're not relative. I suppose if I made the jump frames relative, that would solve that. But they're not, and I don't feel like doing that right now. And one thing I do want to actually work on today is more of some housekeeping type stuff with the actual repo itself. I had a game where I constantly subtracted height and it wasn't pretty. Yeah, I don't need them like wrapping around and falling forever. This ain't Portal. Jump frames. I'm gonna remove a bunch of that stuff. And that stuff, like that. Okay. This is just a little bit of code cleanup on this commit. Oh, I don't want it to do that though. Stage that one. Someone actually made a Super Mario Brothers with portal guns. Makes the game so much easier. Yeah, I can imagine. Because you don't need to like jump anymore at that point, right? Actually, yeah, I will do that one. Alright. Remove a bunch of wanted out stuff. This is just going to be to add pitfall closing. Stuff, but don't actually. Lol. Okay. that. Okay. Actually, what does this button do? Sub-modules! Because a submarine! Got it! It makes sense now. I see why they chose the submarine icon as the sub-module thing. Alright. Cache settings. I don't like that for the cache. I like the actual console thing. Alright. Okay, so I just did. There's nothing to commit. It's all clean. You're late. So one thing I want to do is make it easier to set up retroactive an environment for this. So I hit the power and I forgot about it. So let's see if it's actually online. Looking at my other screen here. Bear with. It is. Okay. Hang on. Turn on studio mode for a second so I can click my scenes without it actually changing anything. This is gonna be interesting. So I need to duplicate this, but it's going to be doing that. Move this up there. Yeah, move it there. Okay. Okay, it's going away, and then we're gonna add. Bear with me here. Hang on. That guy. That down there. Lock it. No, lock it. Okay. Okay, hang on. Alright, breaking up my other keyboard here. For a thing. Step 1, make a script to download the new tools. So it's gonna be ideally not that terrible. Ideally. There's one thing I don't like when PowerShell is such a strong tool. It makes scripting so easy. Good, most of it you have to allow it first. Yeah. Alright. Is my okay, that's weird. That's... Oh. I need the second mouse too. Did it log in? It did. Okay, I'll give it a second there. So this isn't a VM that I'm going to be switching to here. This is actual hardware. In a second. And I'm going to bring OBS over here. Like that. Okay. It's like here's a script to do everything, but first do these couple arcane steps, right? Okay. Oh, and this keyboard does actually. Can you see the keyboard? It does light up as well. So it does all kinds of weird stuff. Should I have that on? Should I keep that on? Yeah, I'll keep that on for now. Okay. Why does... Oh, because I had a... There it goes. Okay. No, that, and then let's just... I know I'm doing all this off the screen. Bear with me for a second here. Hang on. Just bear with me. It's still thinking. Come on. Okay. So bright. There are no letters on this guy. There's absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing on this guy. Just they're translucent keycaps. So these are special keycaps I bought for the thing. Okay. So I'm going to switch over my scene now to this guy over here. So this is a different machine. I need to move around some more letters. My windows here. Okay, so this is a different machine. this is a Linux install, but I want the console. What did I just click on? I don't know what I clicked on. I think I clicked on the package manager. I didn't see what I did. NES and then NES Pong. So ideally, well, no, okay. Okay, I clicked on the package manager. Go away. Make. There. This is Pong. This isn't my current project. This is one I was testing with the other night. But lesson. CD bin, I think. Come on. I don't like this keyboard too much. Should actually work. I tested this the other day. Let's see if it actually does anything. Gotta go. Alright, you have a good night. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. There it goes. Okay. Video size 2x. That's... Why does it do it like that? Okay. There we go. So essentially, what I want to do is I want to have it set up so it gets its dependencies, right? And I also want to have everything like cross-platform, right? So right now, if I go back into that folder, this Pong, that's the wrong one. Okay, status. My makefile is different, right? And I don't want to have to like change the makefile for git diff for Linux versus Windows, right? I don't want to have to modify this because then that'll make things complicated and crap. So what I could do is like a if this is Windows type of thing, right? I think I did that for one of my projects. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Switch over here. This guy. I'm poking around my screens again. I think I need more screen. I need more screen. No, not that. Did you have? And what was that? Where was that? So I remember doing something along these lines in a project, but I don't remember what project it was. I mean, I think I know. I can't really open it up on stream because it was something where I used to work. I don't really want to show that. Otherwise I would. Otherwise I would show you, but I don't want to show you what I'm doing here on this one. Where in the world was this? Come on. This one? Nope, this repository is empty. That wasn't it, obviously. Clearly that was not it. Oh, I'm not going to be able to find it, am I? Oh, what is this? Is this it? 6 commits, 1 branch. Where are the files? Where are the files in this project? Repository. Build. This is just a Perl file. That's just a Perl script. This is not what I want. Let me at least have like something over here. Can I have something? No. Mission files? No. Alright, well, let's do this anyway. Let's go up 1 and let's put it down here though. Where'd it go? Can I move this guy to the second? More action. Move to desktop number 2. There it goes. And we're going to go over to github.com. It's not on GitHub. It's on GitLab, actually. That's a problem, isn't it? That's a problem. Because that is not a public repository. So I can't just look at it. Is it org or com? It's com. Okay. I don't know this off the top of my head because it's all generated and I don't have it on this machine yet. Alright, well. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Where is the USB drive? Do I have a USB drive somewhere? I know let me rephrase. Where is my USB drive? Because I know I have it somewhere. Here's one. This will work. Okay. Bing, bada, bing. So I wasn't really planning on doing this tonight. Okay, we're not using that one because that one needs to be formatted. I can use this one. Bitty boop. There's a problem with this drive. Scan it. No, I don't want it to stop in Windows. Thank you for the file. Appreciate it. Where is? Oh, over here. Oh wow, that's got a lot of stuff on it. Okay. Okay, and that's... More space do I have on this? Properties. A lot. Okay. Okay. Some of this is a little doxing, though, so I'm going to switch my scene real quick to this one. Bear with me. Bear with me. I need to manually copy over my repo here. Not really copy, but I'm going to clone it over. But I don't want to show what's on this drive. Where did that go? Where is? I'm losing my windows. Oh, there it is. No, clone, not reborn. Clone. I need more desk space. I don't have anywhere to put anything like my Nintendo. My broken Nintendo. What is the git config stuff again? User.stuff. Git config global user.name is nothing. Email. You can tell I really prepared for this. SudoKid, how you doing? Where's the key? There's the key. I'm just setting something up on a different machine here. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. I'm working on some kind of housekeeping stuff with the Git repo. Did that finish doing its thing? Not doing too bad. Doing too bad. Okay, it did. Yes, actually. Bada boom. Bear with me for a second though, because I'm transferring over my repo, my Git repo, via USB because I don't have my password set up on my other machine yet. It's a physical machine, not a VM, so that's why I'm doing it backwards. I wasn't really planning on doing it this way today, but screw it, we'll do it live. Don't go anywhere. Hang on. Ugh. And I'm on the face cam because I don't want to like dox myself with what's on that USB drive. I don't really want to erase the USB drive either. So we're just gonna copy that to this folder over here, like that. Copying finished. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and safely remove that USB drive. Okay. There we go. So now I can swap it back over to that screen. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna remove that USB drive. Hang on. Okay. Alright, so this isn't a VM. This is actually hardware that I have plugged into my Elgato. One thing I did just remember is that the Elgato has like a second delay that I haven't accounted for yet. I don't really feel like accounting for it though. Yeah, let me move around some of my windows now so I can see chat nicely. There we go. All right, so move that up a bit like that, a bit more comfortable. Runner and make, right? No rule to make target subscriber list. I didn't copy. Wait a minute. I cloned the repo. I didn't copy the repo. Okay, that's fine. That's fine because it's stuff like this that I want to be able to fix. That I want to iron out. So in the Git repo, the subscriber list.txt thing, it doesn't exist. It's just not there. Actually, let's. Can I do? You can tell I prepared for this, can't you? Settings, configure console, edit profile, columns, yeah, tabs, appearance, oh, appearance, text size. Let's make that 12, 13, 14. There we go. Apply. Okay. Okay. There we go. So now it's readable. There we go. Then make file. All right. So, oh dear. So on my other machine, on my Windows machine that's over here, I use Programmer's Dvorak, and I haven't set that up on this machine over here. So all of the number row is different than what I'm used to. So all my keybinds are weird now. There it goes. Okay, that I found it. I found the curly bracket. We're good. Found the curly brackets. Okay, so this is the first one right here. Looking for the subscriber list CSV. Where's the $sign? 74 key. This right here. But we're gonna get rid of that because that. Come on, it takes. It generates a dummy file if it doesn't find that list. So the first thing right here is this right here. That go run credits. So that credits thing doesn't exist. I don't know. It doesn't actually exist anywhere. It's another private repo. It's another private repo. Give me a sec. It's over in this repo. Alright. I know I keep switching scenes. You know what? Let's see if I can get... oh, shoot. Do I have... I need to plug my thing back in. Hang on. Actually, do I have... Where's my USB extension? It's around here somewhere. I know it is. I don't know where it is, though. So I don't have to like keep getting up to plug this thing in. I could just have the USB extension on my desk. Oh well. Okay. Alright, gonna reopen that over there. There it is. No shit. Is that the right one? I don't know if that's the right one. Is it the same one? It's the same. Wait a minute. I have two files that are private keys, and one of them is labeled as the regular ID RSA, and the other one is IDRSA.newest. They're exactly the same. Great. Okay, we're gonna copy this. Copy. We're gonna put that somewhere else. In the .ssh folder. It does not exist. Okay. What? What do you mean it exists? Did it create the folder? What in the... Oh, I'm an idiot. I was just in the wrong folder. .ssh. Paste it there. Right. It's been a while since I've actually had Linux on a desktop, so... Bear with me for a second here. Blah, 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 blah. That's the wrong keyboard. What's the key ring? That's permanently. SSH add? Is it just SSH add? Okay. SSH add. Could I? Can I connect to one of my servers then? Where's he at? Well, that ain't gonna work. That can't work at all. Well, shoot. Alright, well, I suppose I can just do that on my Windows machine here. Alright. Let's move this way back over there, like that. I'll have to actually, like, set that machine up a bit better. Yeah. So instead, let's come up here, and then... Get clone. We're going to clone Actually, let's go to a different working folder entirely. Where do I want to put this? Let's put this on a different drive entirely. That was not what I wanted to do. New folder. Okay, new folder, new directory entirely. Git clone. And let's see. Runner. Clone this via SSH. Copy. Paste that. Clone. Okay. All right. So now let's go CD code. All right. So if we try to make from here, everything breaks. Good. Good. So the first thing to do is remove that stuff from. There's my makefile. It's right here. Actually, can I just make that a phony? Like if I have a target labeled as phony, does it still check to see if it's been rewritten or not? I wonder. Probably not. Go run. Cannot find. Okay. We're making progress. So with this, I think I want to use submodules. I think. No submodules. Submodules. Can I add? How do I add a remote submodules? This is the window I wanted. Okay. Add a submodule. No. Dev. Credits. Clone. Copy. Add that. Okay. There we go. So now what? It's in the wrong one.
It's delicious.
Okay. On stage. Delete. Yes. Access denied, of course. You know, there it goes. Code, and then NES, and then here, and then we're gonna get rid of that. That. It's gone now. Refresh. Okay. That is not the directory I want to be in. I want to be in this directory over here. There we go. What's changed? That. Fine. And let me actually just get rid of that entire thing like that. Repository, submodules. Add a submodule. Add. Okay. Okay. So now we've got the credit stuff right in there. So ideally, I would want to actually include all of the credits code from this sub repo, like the credits.asm and all that. All of these files I would want to include from that sub repo, but not right yet, because some of it's still kind of broken. The generate isn't, though. The generate is not. So that means that this guy go. Okay, warning sublist doesn't exist, so I made a new one. That's fine. So that's just, it makes up some BS data, which is fine. Cannot find the labels thing. Okay, this is another subrepo, but this one is on GitHub. I can spell my own name right, that'd be nice. Let's go right here. So this is going to be another submodule. And that. Okay. So now that's in there. So I can go over here. And get rid of that. Oh, right. So this needs to be one of these guys. Can I do it this way? CO. Make and then capital C of it? No. I think it is it capital C? I don't remember. Maybe. LD 65 labels. Oh, because I don't have that as a requirement for this. There we go. Why did I have to do that twice? Alright, and then this one should be this other version. Correct. You can see that the credit stuff is kind of broken. That's what I was talking about with the tier 2 things. Yeah, they're broken. The tier 2 and 3. I'm using them as a in this code right here as a test with green and another color, I think. Basically 2 different palettes, and it doesn't work, as you can see. Yeah, I'm changing the palettes for some of them, I think. Red and green. I forget which are which, but yeah, it doesn't do it right. Like I think 15, no, number 15 on here is supposed to be the one that's colored, but it's not. So yeah, it's broken there. Like that's not right. It shouldn't be changing the attribute stuff in the middle of the frame. So that's what I was talking about earlier, that things were broken. Yeah. But that's not what I wanted to type, actually. It's not at all what I wanted to type. I typed it anyway. Code, and then here, and then the command line one. Okay. Make clean. Okay, good. Yeah. Oh, and I want to put no, I don't think that would be right. If I put the compiler toolchain as a submodule, that wouldn't be right, I don't think, because that's part of the environment. That shouldn't be really part of what's it? The source tree. So really then, like, I'm not even sure then if this should be part of the source tree. I don't, like, so it's not really a library. It's a tool instead, you know. This should though. This should be part of the library because I will be a part of the code base because I will be including eventually assembly files from inside of here. Like this one right here specifically would be one that I would be including in. Yeah. Yeah. Like for instance, I think this will probably break just about everything, but let's try it anyway. So if I go into the main runner here, and then this right here, the ink bin credits, we're gonna make that. Actually, I don't want to do that one. Not the CHR, because that will reveal things that I don't want revealed. Credits. I can spell, I swear. Where is the page for it? Page is down here somewhere. Oh, I am. Page. There it is. Like that. Okay, so now this should include the other credit stuff. So I'm going to delete that one. And delete that one. Okay. And I don't know which version of the credits data it will actually grab. So, to check, let's grab the other credits data. Paste that in there. So this has the actual names. There we go, actual data. And then the one in here will have debug stuff. That one doesn't even exist. Okay. Okay, let's see if this assembles. No rule to make target credits ASM. Oh, is that? It's in a subfolder now. This is that. Okay. Really? Okay, I thought it was gonna blow up on the credits data. That's surprising. Didn't blow up on that. It did break though. It might be because the credits code is actually broken. So I haven't ran the credits code in a while, so I think it actually is because credits init, that's RTS, it's fine, but the credits frame does a jump instead of an RTS, I think. Or an RTS instead of a jump. Right. Oh! Oh no, it just works completely differently. Doesn't it? Yup. It does. Okay. Okay. So that means I would have to change, or fix, rather. I want to change how the credit stuff is actually loaded in. not sure if I want to do that right now, though. Because let's do a diff of... I can't, because it's gone. I nuked it, so I can't edit that file. It doesn't exist. Reset that. We're going to reset this one as well. Okay. So this one over here is the older code on the right. The one on the left is the newer code. So we are actually going to use the newer code for a lot of this. Get rid of all that. Yank that. Put it over there. That stuff. Put it there. This code has not been updated in a while. Christ, didn't get my... Oh! That's for, fixing part of a bug, I think. That bug where I had, like, too many, or too few, names on the list. And this is the frame stuff that I didn't do before. Okay, scroll stuff. What is this? Skip NMI is not used anymore. It's something else, isn't it? Decrement, turn PPU on. Or something. It's that. Credits clear attribute table. Credits clear name table. These are no longer used because I move them from the credit stuff to the standard utilities. Yeah. The NMI stuff, however. Yeah, this stuff. None of that stuff exists anymore. There we go. See our template. Oh. Don't remember why I changed those. Increment then load, or load then increment. Alright, I will move this over there though, because I guess that fixed something. Okay, oh, this is the start button stuff to see if start button is pressed. Draw next name. Alright, that's never actually used. To do. Okay. Okay, so let's remake that. Read that. Let's see if it breaks. Okay. I think that's actually working. We actually do a diff between the two RAM files, though. No, whatever, I don't care. Okay, it's RAM. Actually, let's... Okay, they are the exact same, so I didn't change anything in those. So I can get rid of these guys like that. And I do also want to make sure that moves over here in case it spoils. Nope, okay, good. Good. Yeah, so that's actually working like I thought it would. Mode. Oh, yeah, because I... This is the other folder. That's the other folder. Let me actually close out of that. Close window. Oh, okay. So this is that second one here. Alright, I'm going to remove that guy. The labels on us. Also going to stage that. Remove that. Get rid of that there. Did I close the other one? I did, I guess. Make file. I need to change this as well. Put this back to... No. What is credit? Oh, because credit stuff changed. That's why that's complaining. Okay. Because the submodule is dirty. Bring up to date with no from. This brings the credits code up to date with from the runner code that had been modified. Probably all still wrong though, so we're gonna just stage that for now. CD to credits. Make that. It's gonna break. It broke. Right, because this does things differently than this does it. Read-only. Okay, so well, first off, actually, is the do frame is different because that's a pointer now instead of just that. So we're gonna yank that, put that there. But for that, we're going to load up some stuff for the do frame pointer. Oh, no, wait. Stage on data, okay, that's fine. Okay. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. Oh wait, no, I just need to do the init, because the init takes care of the that stuff. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Can you see that? Like, is that behind me? No, not entirely. Okay. Okay, skip NMI I think it's not used. Same thing with PPU on and sleeping, right? Yeah. No, sleeping is still used. Okay, but that's capitalized differently. Illegal addressing mode. Main 79. Oh. Game state changed to undefined in that. Oh. Oh. Okay, so that's the press start stuff. So I don't want to put that in the credits stuff at all, actually. So that means I might need to remove some of the logic for the credits outside of the credits.asm file. Because in here, where is it? There's NMI. No, not the NMI. It's frame. It does this right here. So I might want to have this outside of the Chris ASM file. Instead, go down here. That's read only, so let's code out of that. Go out of that one. Close out of that. On the bottom. Credits frame. We're gonna take this stuff, put it over here, jump, credits, real frame, like that. So in theory, I didn't save. Okay. So the NMI, the credits test code doesn't break when game state change stuff is in there, and this should still work. Oh, because capitalization matters. Okay. I mean, I broke things with the labels stuff. So let's, oops, not that one, this folder. We're just gonna copy this over to here, like that. Make file. Like that. And we're going to get rid of that, as well as that guy. Okay. Okay, credits. Can you guys actually read this stuff? I don't think you can, honestly. I think the font's a little too small. With that. Whoa. There we go. I think that's a little bit easier to read, right? Yeah. Actually, can I change the font on this guy? Whoa. Can I change the font on that window? Is that a thing I can do? Not really. I can choose between 3 fonts. Thank you, Windows. Thank you for that. Okay, so this is another. So the end of my stuff again is gonna be wonky. It's frame undefined. So for that, I can just go to jump real frame. No, I can't. Alright, I have to mimic what this guy's doing over here. The game is actually doing. But just do it like that. Because the reason I broke it out of there is so it didn't break on game state stuff, which does not exist in the proof of concept code. Oh, the utility stuff I changed as well. Okay. Alright, well, my water is empty, so I'm gonna get some more water. I will be right back. Alright, I'm back. I forget what was broken. What was I just doing? Oh, right, that stuff. No, I did not mean to go to that. Okay. Give me not download. This is not what I want. No, I want this guy here. documentation. Include paths for this guy. Actually, it'd be general stuff, wouldn't it? Oh yes, what I'm looking for is the lookup path for these include statements here. Intro, coding, internals, such as calling conventions. Okay. Build programs using GNU Make. Okay. If def target thing. GCC, what? Okay, so that's not helping anything. Internals. Call stuff. No, that ain't what I want. Function ref. Low level IO. Tiny graphics interface. Library. C libraries. Yeah, C libraries. I don't think I want any of those. No. Direct console IO. For the NES, really? Well, I mean, it's obviously gonna have some sort of stuff for the NES on there. Self-modifying assembler code. No. Platform-specific information. That's not something platform-specific that I'm looking for. Oops. No. Okay. Is it in CA 65? In that one? Object file, simulator, sprite bitmap utility, linker, resource compiler, disassembler, object file converter, compile and link utility. CL? That's... Oh. There's a front end for a bunch of things. While you may not use the full power of the tools when calling through CL65, most features are available. Oh. So that's not what I want to use. Command line overview. Oh, right there. Set include directory search path. Okay, so that I want to be something else, I think. New folder. NES include. Let's copy that stuff over here. Paste that in there. Controller stuff and other stuff. Okay. So now, if I edit the credits make file, what? Not main. Make file. Thank you. And I put an include path. Is it capital I? It is capital I. NES Inc. And then include details of ASM. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of the utils.asm in here. Those are gone now. So in theory, it should look in that new folder. It's got... it should look in this folder here for that stuff. In theory. In theory. Did not. Because I wrote the file wrong. There it goes. Not the file, the line. Oh! Temp X and Y are undefined. Okay. Okay. Those are used in here? And I forgot to move those to the utils stuff? Is that what happened? Yes. That is what happened. Okay. So that means I need to edit the utils RAM. Edit the runner. Because I need to take... Where is it? Temp stuff. Counter, attribute, address, XYZ. We're going to move that into utils. That's where that's going. You might want to make that like a common or something, like common.asm or RAM common or something like that. Yeah. That's not the full... Oh, jeez. Copy. Go up a folder, put it there, like that. Okay. Clear NT tile. Undefined. Eh? Utils ASM. Utils again? How badly did I screw up utils? What line? 117? There is one. And that is going to be a thing I need to remove in here. It will eventually. I don't need to do it right yet. Yes, I do. No. I'm confusing myself here. I having too much crap open at once. Because I wrote to the other file. I wrote to the wrong freaking file. Goodness. I think I'm more scatterbrained this this stream. There we go. Okay. 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 So that is a constant that is not in there. I'll make this common. Common RAM. Oh, I close out of it. I close out of the win. Oh, jeez. Come on, open the file. Thank you. No. Common RAM. Okay. PB control horizontal. Util's RAM. What was it again? What did it break on? Right. This stuff. We're gonna move this stuff here like that. Over here, and instead of being utils RAM in here, common RAM. I don't care if you can't make the backup file. That's not a good sign, because last time that happened, my computer eventually BSOD'd. Yeah. I don't know why it's doing that. I will have to look into that. I hope my SSD isn't crapping itself. Common RAM, yeah. Alright. Modify this make file now. Include. So I will need to make this a variable. A variable in the make file, like up here somewhere. And eventually I will need to like break all this stuff out into either a configure script or like not necessarily any file, but like a yeah. Time to make sure your backups are up to date. Yep, it's up to date. As of about a half an hour ago, I'm up to date, so we're good. No. I also need to clean out a lot of stuff on my hard drives, excuse me. Because they're like mostly full. Well, not that one doesn't count. These are mostly full, and 500 gigs is like nothing. So I need to actually get more hard drive. I've needed to for a while. But yeah, it was actually filled up the other day, so my some backup stuff couldn't run. I have a script to back up some servers to my file server that's in another room that also mirrors to this machine here. Redundancy and all that. And that couldn't like synchronize correctly. It couldn't sync it correctly, the files, because I ran out of space. Oops. Yeah, so I think I need to break this stuff out into like its own file, so so I can have one for like Windows config and a Linux config, for instance. The Windows stuff will have like .exe on it, but CS65 and LD65 on Linux do not have an extension because Linux doesn't use extensions for executable binaries. And it also like won't have a big prefix like that or whatever. Yeah, so I do need to figure that out as well. God, I have a lot of stuff that I need to figure out. Yeah. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff that I have to figure out that I don't, like, know how to properly do it right now, right yet. Yeah. Anyway, I think I might call it tonight. I'm a little exhausted, I think. But yeah, thanks for putting up with me tonight, if you're still around. I do plan on, oh, I didn't save that, did I? Did I save that? I might have. That's not what I wanted. So I'm so tired I had... Okay. So yeah, I do plan on making this source code available to non-subs, because no one's taken me up on the offer to get access to this. So I figured I can just put it up on GitHub. But there's a few things I need to clean up before that. I was working on a little bit here, but obviously I need to rethink a little bit of it. Yeah, what is today? Today's Tuesday? Tuesday. I will be streaming Thursday. I will not be streaming on Saturday. With the holidays coming up. I don't know my schedule for all that right yet. I do know, however, that this Saturday and next Tuesday I will not be streaming. Because next Tuesday is Christmas Day. And I don't think I'll be streaming on Thursday. And I might be streaming next Saturday. I don't know. Updates will be in Discord. If you're there, if you're in Discord. It hasn't... Has Stream Elements actually not been... it has, okay. It's been spammed my Discord. So yeah, that's where updates are going to be. If I go live or not. Yeah. Anyway, let's see if there's someone we can go say hi to. Come on, Twitch. Wake up. Oh! Yeah, let's just go say hi to this guy. He, like, just went live, I think. Alright. Come on, Twitch. Yeah, he just went live. So let's go say hi to him. I've rated him before. He's a good guy. Great guy. What was he working on tonight? WebSockets and push notification stuff. Yeah. Thanks again for stopping by and putting up with my BS tonight. I will see you guys on Thursday if you're still around. Yeah, thanks for coming to hang out. Appreciate it. You guys have a good night.